Done, and here we roll. Today we want to talk about linear graphs. Linear means it makes a line, and it's x to the first power. Okay. You have other shapes. You have like parabolas. You have circles. You have lots of other graphs that we can make. And today we want to show you 4 ways of generating a graph. We're going to make sure we put all cell phone technology away. And we're going to focus on this guy right here. Okay. So we're going to make a table of values. One way to be able to create a graph is to simply plug in an x value and come up with a y value. Carly, what do you want to plug in for x? Give me a number.
4.
4. She plugs in 4. And she gets -2 times 4 is -8. And -8 plus 1 is -7. So I could go, the x you always run to the right, and then y you drop down. So we go over 4 and down 7.
Down 7. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Giselle, what number would you like to plug in?
Sorry, I grabbed my homework.
What number would you like to plug in, though? You get to pick. 0. All right, I like 0. 0 is a great number to plug in because it just makes this go away. -2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So 0, 1. That's a great number. I like that. Good idea. Nolan, what number did you like to plug in?
6.
6. Plug in 6, I get -12. Plus 1 is -11. That's off my graph. Good number off the graph. Anybody think of one that could be on the graph?
2.
Sure, 2 would work. I plug in 2. -2 times 2 is -4. Plus 1 is -3. So I go over 2 and down 3. And yeah. Making a table. Always a nice way to create a graph. Not the quickest way, but it's an option. You can share.
No.
Okay. For this next one, again, 0 is a great number to plug in. And if you plug in 0, what do you get for an output?
-4.
-4. Go 0 and -4. Now, I'm going to plug in a number, but notice I have a 1/3. It's always tough to multiply things by 1/3, but there's certain numbers that are great to multiply by 1/3. Any number divisible by 3. So you're choosing 3. I like the way you think. You get 1/3 times 3 minus 4. And the way we do this is we multiply by the top and you divide by the bottom. So 3 times 1 is 3, divided by 3 is 1. Minus 4 is -3. What's another number divisible by 3 that you'd like to plug in?
12.
12. Awesome. 1/3 times 12 minus 4. So 1/3 of 12 is 4, minus 4 is 0. Does that number 12, 0, does that fit on my screen?
No.
It doesn't. Yeah, let's try 6. 1/3 of 6 is 2, and 2 minus 4 is -2. You can see I've got a line. First way to be able to sketch a graph, create a table. Okay? Second way, and this is one of my favorite ways. I use this all the time. A lot of people don't necessarily take to this method that I'm going to use right now, but it's important. Your teachers like to do it a lot, and it's super helpful in mathematics. It's called your x and your y intercepts. But we need to use a little bit of logic as we do this piece, and the logic goes like this. This spot where it crosses the x-axis is called your x-intercept, and it has an xy value to it. This spot right here is called the y-intercept, and it has an xy value to it. I'm going to tell you right now that for each of these, you know either the x or the y value. Pair and share. Talk with those around you. Which value do you know for each one? Talk. Go. Think it through.
0. It's on the left.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like 0, 4. 0, 3.
Yeah.
3.
Y is 0, Y.
Oh, wait, no. That's 6 here.
Okay, for the y-intercept, you know the x value is 0. See how it's over 0 and it's up a certain amount of y? And for the x-intercept, you have a y value of 0 and a certain amount of x. So therefore, what we know is if we look at our notes, when we are focusing on x and y intercepts, the x-intercept you plug in 0 for y. You make y is equal to 0. And for the y-intercept, you make x equal to 0. So notice how I was choosing 0 before. 0 is really nice to work with. So I'm going to plug in a 0 for x, and I'm going to plug in a 0 for y and see what happens after that. So if I plug in 0 for x, that's going to make this just kind of go away, isn't it? What is the solution for y? 4.
No. Shoot.
And now I'm going to make y equal to 0. If I make y equal to 0, what is x?
2.
X is 2. I have those 2 points. I can easily create a line. 0, 4, 2, 0. Voila. Got a little cooler out this morning, didn't it? Kind of nice, huh? Yeah. Beats that 95-degree heat. That was tough. Try the next one on your own. See if you can find the x and the y intercept. Plug in 0 for x, plug in 0 for y. See what you get. Oh, bless you. Took a bunch of allergy medicine this weekend and some Sudafed this morning. My noses are clearing up.
Noses?
And then my nostrils clearing up.
I
Feeling
think I
better.
did that right. Wait, how's it 2? Oh, because that's a negative and a negative. I answered my own question.
Way to go, Carly.
That totally is not mine, but that's okay.
So, I think I just always get confused on the graphic.
Anybody have questions on that second example? Going once? Question going twice? And 3 times. Flip it on over. Another way you could graph is by being given a point and slope. So this one says you have a point of negative 3, 4. The line passes through negative 3, 4. So I move to the left 3 and up 4. And then it says I have a slope of negative 2/3. What does that mean? What does that mean? Slope of negative 2/3.
Rise over run.
Rise over run? Slope means rise over run. That's how we communicate that. Rise over run. That's what we mean mathematically, okay? It's kind of how we've chosen to set that up. So that means so I always make the bottom number positive, okay? So we always run to the right. But then if it's negative, we go down. If it's positive, we go up. So since you have a negative 2, you go down 2, and then you run 3. Down 2, run 3. Down 2, run 3. The next one, notice the slope is 4. So that would be 4 over 1. If you see an integer like that, you can just write it over 1. Passes through the coordinate of 2, negative 5. I plot 2, negative 5. Now what do I do?
Up 4 over 1.
Up 4 and over 1. There we have it. And the final way, and this is the most common way, this is the way that you are used to. I just want to let you know it's not the only way of graphing lines, is you like to use slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. Y is equal to mx plus b. When we write an equation that's linear in y equals form, we say that m is what? The slope. And we say that the b value is the y-intercept. Okay? So when it's written in that form, it's really easy because we can tell right away where it crosses the y-axis, and then we can see right away what the slope is. So this line, 3x plus y is equal to 1. I can solve this by simply just subtracting 3x from both sides. Notice that you have to have a y equals. Now, some people's algebra skills are a little bit more refined than others. I'll just write this. You could write it either as 1 minus 3x, or you could write it as negative 3x plus 1. Either way is absolutely fine. I prefer the second way. I can tell that the y-intercept is positive 1, and the slope is negative 3 over 1. The y-intercept is 1, and the slope is negative 3 over 1. Question?
No. I'm good.
So I'm going to go down 3 and over 1, down 3 and over 1. Oh, didn't do a very good job with that. See, I wish I could grab the line. Can I? No, it grabs all the stuff. Yeah. So with the smart board, I used to be able to grab that and move that. Can't do it now. Oh well.
Still learning.
Still learning.
Right?
There we go.
The y-intercept is x equals 0. So it would be 0, 1.
For the next one, I've got negative 2x minus y is equal to 3. I start by adding my 2x's to both sides. And I get a negative y is equal to positive 2x plus 3. What do I do now?
Divide by y. Or divide by negative 1.
Do I divide the 2 by negative 1 or the 3?
Both.
I divide them both. And we get y is equal to negative 2x minus 3. The y-intercept is negative 3. And the slope is negative 2 over 1. I plot my y-intercept. And then I can go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. If you'd like to go in reverse order, you can. You could go back 1 and up 2, back 1 and up 2. Yeah, the Vikings had a tough one yesterday, but boy, the Giants, they really looked bad last night. Or maybe Dallas looked really good. I don't know. Vikings got a tough schedule. Vikings are going to have to play some tough teams this year. Try number 3 on your own. We're not getting number 4. Try number 3 on your own. 3 on your own. See if you can do it. This is our check. See if you know what you're doing. Try to solve for y.
Yeah, that was the drive. I scored 44 points.
What did I do right here? So if I'm going the opposite, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, but then do it this way. Okay, I got it. Yeah, he's not asking this.
I have a slope of negative 4/3 and a y-intercept of negative 2. I can plot that negative 2, and I drop 4, and I run 3. If you want to do the opposite direction, you could go back 3 and up 4. Should get a line that looks like that. Did I do it incorrectly?
No,
No,
Sometimes I make mistakes.
no.
everybody does.
Everybody does. Some people remind everybody of their mistakes. Okay, I have the answer key posted right here for you to check your results, but I want to go over your homework together so you understand the directions. Please take out that homework assignment.